Starting any kind of project can be overwhelming, and a lot of times the hardest part is simply getting started. And once you do start, you'll learn as you go and things will start to fall in place. In this video, we're going to be wrapping up the series of the ADU project, show you guys what the project looks like right now, give you the breakdown cost for labor and materials, and share you some personal tips I learned along the way. Hopefully this will help you decide whether the owner-builder route is right for you. And with that, before that, quick disclaimer guys, that this is the only ADU project I have built. I have zero experience prior to this one, okay? With that, let's get on with this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Jorgensen and it's been a while since I posted a video here, I think over a year or so. If you're wondering if the ADU project is finished, yes, it's been finished for several months now. I was just so lazy in making the video. I was traveling a lot from work and only managed the ADU for like 20% of the time. But I did it, through phone calls, coordinating. I was able to finish it. Making the video, it's just so hard for me to do. It's one of those stuff like when you stop doing it's just so hard to get back into. In fact, on my other YouTube channel, my main channel where I post off-roading and camping content, I just posted there last week, and before that it's been like months, like 5 or 6 months ago. Alright, let's talk about the ADU. So this project took me almost 1 year to finish just because I wasn't not really rushing into it. I was taking my time, my research. Right now it's generating about $3,000 to $4,000 a month through like travel agency platforms like Airbnb, Furnish Finder, Roomies, Booking.com. I set it up to like a midterm rental mainly for travel professionals like travel nurses, hospital, and any contractual workers. But every once in a while I cater to the short-term rentals also just because of demographics. It's definitely profitable for me, especially my area. It's definitely worth it. Also, like the overall property of the house got gone up since I finished the ADU. Especially I did it like as owner builder, so I save a lot of money to the point like right now the ADU itself, it's free if you look at the capital gain I got from the house. Now let's talk about the price. Currently we are at $75,166.20. Before I dive into the cost, just a quick note, it's been a while so I honestly can't remember if I got the materials from Home Depot, Lowe's, or a mom and pop supplier store, but I'll do my best to put a caption below where I got it from, okay? So the total cost for this project is $100,733.20. So that's significantly way cheaper than the quote from the general contractor, which is like $200,000 to $250,000. I also have a quote for $130,000, but still, this is way cheaper. Alright, so I'm going to be giving you a tour of the ADU and finishing this off with some tips so to help you get started with your ADU project. Alright guys, so it's been a couple of days since I started editing this video, but I'm gonna be finishing it off. So now we talk about the price and tour the ADU. Now I'm gonna give you some 5 personal tips to help you get started with your ADU project. And again, this is the only ADU I've built. I'm pretty sure you'll find other videos that is more helpful than this one. So number 1 tip, start with research. So for me, I began diving online resources like blogs and YouTube videos. The 2 YouTube videos that I watch for practical advice and inspiration is How to ADU and Hector. Think about what type of ADU you want. Do you want a JADU attached to the main house or an ADU detached from the main house? Think about the square footage. Do you have enough space in your backyard to have a single story or 2-story ADU? Tip number 2, what is your funding plan? So before you start reaching out to general contractors and asking about the cost and the price for each project, want to make sure you have a solid funding plan in place, right? So for me, it's my personal savings. I did my personal savings and I paid through as I moved through each phase of the project. In this way, I have more control if there's an unexpected cost that come up. Think about if you're gonna be doing refinancing, are you gonna be doing your personal loan, are you gonna be doing a HELOC, home equity loan, but make sure you have a solid funding plan. So moving on to tip number 3 is finding the right architect. So for me, the architect that I found, that I hire, is I want to make sure they know the city codes, and they will be the one who would submit the plans to the city and making sure the plans gets approved. In this way, I eliminate the middleman, being the middle person of communicating back and forth from the city and the architect, and have them just go directly straight to the city and getting my plans approved. So once your plans approved by the city, this is now the time to look for contractors. So my tip here is just don't go on the first person that gave you a quote. Call multiple contractors, ask for multiple quotes, go to Yelp, go to Facebook Marketplace, go to Thumbtack, TaskRabbit. Those are great platforms to find for subcontractors. The more quotes you receive, the better idea you have, a sense of idea on how the price should be for each project. What I did is I went to Yelp, and when I was calling those foundation, they're only doing the partial foundation, not the whole thing. So I asked them, hey, do you recommend somebody the actual whole foundation of the ADU? And that's where I got Fernando's number from. Fernando ended up doing 85% of the project because every time I call for quotes, it always beat those prices. So just don't go on the first person you see. Call around. Maybe your family members have relatives that could do this for less. Ask multiple codes, that's it. So for my last tip is you want to develop a strategic plan for each phase of a project. For let's say, what's your plan for payments? How are you gonna pay this contractor? Let's say you have a $5,000 worth of project. You want to maybe separate those payments into like 2 or 3 or 4, just depending on how long the project will be. Maybe have them pay them at the beginning. They can buy the materials, and maybe pay them again during inspection. So there's another payment, and after the project is complete. Another thing you want to decide is if you want to pay them labor and materials, or you just want to pay the you want to buy the materials and just pay them for the labor. So for me, for small ticket items that I can go to, let's say Home Depot or Lowe's and just pick it up, I usually do that, just buy the materials and have and just pay them for the labor. But for big ticket items, let's say wood or concrete or any heavy items that's needed for the ADU, I usually just pay for both labor and materials just to save me some extra time or costs and going back and forth. Alright, so that's all the information I have on this ADU project. I hope it will help you feel more confident if you're going to be doing an owner-builder route. Definitely is a learning experience for me. And if I could do this with no experience, have a full-time job, and also I'm running a business, you could do this too. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time if I ever make a video here on this channel. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much.